Hello guys, Woolly Creeper here again, and today we'll be carrying on with the hostile mob tower, and we're going to be hopefully getting it active and spawning. But before we remove the torches from inside and set up the water streams and all that, we're going to want to hook something up to the bottom of it. Otherwise we just have mobs dropping out, hopefully pretty rapidly. Now, as I said previously, this is going to be a multi-mode mob farm with an XP grinder / record maker function, which will take place down there, probably right at the bottom where the spider farm is, but we'll see about that. Which will work by using full damage to take them to half a heart. And then I'll put a design similar to the XP farm / record maker tutorial that's on the channel. We'll also have a mode whereby they will be redirected out of the drop tube by water, and what we're going to do is we'll do that at around the level of this cave here, because we've got this convenient space to work in already. So they'll drop down into some water, be pushed along there, and we will then bring them up somewhere around, so I want it to be kind of in this area here, somewhere around here-ish. Bring them up into a glass chamber with lava at the top, and a sideways flow to carry the items out into a collection point or something along those lines. I'll figure it out as I go along. And we definitely want that up here, so that as we're travelling through the base we can walk past and just be picking up items, and we'll have some sort of local storage associated with all of that. So that's what we're going to be doing. Obviously I've had to move the water lift. I've restarted it down halfway down the shaft where the animal pens tunnel is. We're going to have to move that, and what we'll do is we'll probably bring that up somewhere over here, and I'll make a proper boat elevator out of that, so that it travels a lot faster than swimming up and down a column of water is. So I'm going to start getting on with that, and I will come back to you when I have an update. Okay guys, working out the wiring, the mechanism for redirecting the mobs into the lava killer for item mode, and this is what I've come up with. I've rigged up this temporary switch to show you. So you've got 3 pistons, 2 extended by default and 1 retracted, and if we flick the switch, that happens. And what we'll do is we'll be putting blocks on those, and we'll have 2 water sources here. So normally in its unpowered state the mobs will fall straight past this, because the blocks will hold the water back and the way will be open. And if we supply power, this will block off the drop and the water will flow down here, and I'm hoping, although I still need to test it, that 2 source blocks here will provide 2 blocks of water here for them to drop into. It doesn't matter if they take a little bit of damage as long as they don't die. We don't want them dying down here, but that will flow past here and push them off into a branch tube over here. I'll show you the wiring for that. So obviously this is the temporary power feed to the switch, and what we've got is, in fact, yep, we'll leave that there. So we've got a repeater which powers this block, which powers this dot of redstone, and which powers this torch, or unpowers this torch when this is powered. And when this torch is powered, it's powering the block above. So this is important to do it like this, because if you just run the redstone up or along behind this piston, it won't power. However, as we're powering a dot through the block below, that dot actually will power stuff. It's effectively pointing at all of the four horizontally adjacent blocks, so north, south, east and west. Whereas if it's got any directionality to it, you'll need it pointing straight at the piston. So this is a way to get around that. So in its unpowered state, when we're not supplying power, this is off, so this piston is retracted and the torch is on, so those two pistons are extended. And if we supply power, this dot becomes powered by virtue of the repeater powering the block below it. Because, as I say, because it's a dot, it's able to both power the piston and this block over here. And because this block is powered, this torch is not, and neither is the block above it, so those two pistons retract. So if we put some blocks on there, okay, so that there is item collection mode, and that is not item collection mode. So we can quickly fill in this here, and let's see, I want that, do I want that? Yep, I want that, yep. And I'm out. I'll just use a bit of dirt for the moment. I'll have to go and source some more sandstone. That, yep. Okay, so then to further our tests, let's fill this in with, got some dark space somewhere, let's fill this in with glass, because it'd be nice to see. And in fact, if we're going to do that, let's pop some smooth stone in here, although it'll be barely visible. Okay, so we'll want glass here. Excuse me. And I think, right, we don't want to bother with glass on this part, but we will want glass here. So I'll use dirt as my sandstone substitute here, and then I didn't need that there. There we go. Right, and let's just build a trough. I'll build a block there, block it up there. So how do we want to do this? Don't want to lose our redstone. Oh, we'll just go in here. Okay. That'll enable us to put some water in without losing anything. So we just, oh dear. Right. In fact, what happens? I see. No, that's definitely only one block. So what happens if we do that? In fact, thinking about it, we can do this with only one water source. Put that there. That there. Let's have those. And then we can put that there, and vibrate there, that there, and that there. There we go. So we get 2 blocks there. That's what we want. And then if we, beautiful. Okay, I'll demonstrate that again. So, oh, there we go. So that's item collection, and that's not. Right, I'll carry on work, and I'll come back to you with an update. Okay, so I've sorted out the item collection, hopefully, and also the wiring for the mode switcher. So I'll just take you through that. So when we're in item collection, the mobs drop down. We use that water stream I showed you earlier to push them over here, and they rise up and they get pushed forward by this water stream. They hit this glass wall, and because mobs will try to swim to the top of water, they'll dip their head in this lava for us and die a fiery death. I may have to bring this faceplate another block forward. It depends if we're losing drops down this hole. This is a bit tight here, but I want to test it out that way because I'd rather keep, if possible, I'd like to keep the faceplate in line with this, the front here. Now, at the moment, let me just see, are we in... Right, at the moment we're in XP mode, so the tube's open to the bottom and they'll fall straight through. If we go back up here, I've got this button here, and if we click that, we're now in item collection mode, and we've got the water stream coming along here and pushing them into the water elevator, which is standard source block sign, source block sign, source block sign. Now what that button is doing is it comes down here and into this side of an RS NOR latch. When this side is powered, it powers this sticky piston, which pushes this block over here, which unpowers this. I've actually swapped this around. Instead of being powered from the bottom, as I displayed earlier, it's now being powered from the top. So if this is unpowered, if this redstone here is unpowered, this piston, which holds back the water flow, retracts, letting the water out. This torch will become powered because there's nothing to unpower it, which powers this redstone dot and powers this piston to close off the drop. Now I believe, still have a test button somewhere. Yes, I do. So this redstone here joins up to the other side of the RS NOR latch. And the signal, we can just see there's a string of torches climbing this corner of the hole until it gets to here, and it scoots around up into the RS latch. And the button, there's a button at the bottom. So I'll demonstrate this up here, and then we'll go down to the bottom. We'll reset it again to this state, and we'll go down to the bottom and look at it again. So we're in item collection. If you press the button down there, the redstone comes up the hole along here, and this button will simulate that. Resets the RS null latch. I'll have a look in there. So that side of the RS null latch is now powered. This is unpowered. Sticky piston retracts. Block covers the torch, powers the redstone, which in turn powers this piston, blocking the water off. Depowers this torch, which means this isn't powered anymore, which means this piston isn't powered anymore. So it retracts that and opens the drop. And so they're now going down to the bottom to where the grinder record maker will be. So we'll reset this into item collection. Now, and I'll just demonstrate that from the bottom. Oh, yep, obviously didn't mean to do that. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to remove this water elevator, because when this gets reset, there's a brief moment when you've got water over the hole and you get a column down. So that'll be our proof that it is in actual fact getting reset from the bottom, and we'll just take the long way back out. Okay, so here's our actual reset button, and I don't know why I've left that cobblestone there. Oh yes, I've discovered that our spider room is actually in a slime chunk, which is lovely. So at some point, not too bothered at the moment, but when we get a proper slime farm bit dug, we'll have to half slab this entire room to stop them spawning in here. Anyway, yeah, so there's a string of torches. All of this will be filled into a one wide drop anyway, and they'll either be coming down into this bit, or perhaps one in this direction. Need to figure out my full damage reset. Basically, I might need to push them over one into vines in order to reset the full damage properly. Anyway, so if we press this, we will expect to see some water come down as the pistons shuffle around. Yep, there we go, I can see it coming. So that's now reset, and there's a drop all the way down from the mob farm down to here. So there we go. I'm happy with that. So we now need to fill in all of this, figure out our full damage reset, and build the record maker down here. Probably take them down past this point and up in this direction here. Maybe in this direction. I can always shift all of this stuff here, and obviously I'm going to have to build a new way of getting up and down here. Thinking about possibly putting it in this area over here, but I'll get back to you. There's a lot of work ahead of me on that one. Most of it just placing blocks, so I'll get back to you when we get to any interesting stuff. Okay, so lots of work later. I've filled this into a one by one tube. Above this level, we're still quite high compared to the spider room, so it's been polished where necessary. A lot of it's actually backfilled with cobble and dirt and gravel, but I polished this area up so you should get a nice view of them whizzing past. I've also dug a new water lift. This is actually a rudimentary boat lift, but it needs working on because it's got a few glitches. I've also dug this service entrance down here, and this is what we're using to reset the fall damage. Vines, which apparently can grow up as well as down. There's a sign down there to stop them growing too far. In fact, if we knock a hole in here, we can see there's the sign. And in fact, what we'll do is we'll just put this button down a bit lower. There's no need for this to be so long, so we'll put that there and seal that back up. And when we know this works, then I'll polish this off a little bit. Doesn't really matter too much at this area because it's never going to be seen unless you're in this service area. But at the bottom it's dirt as well, and we're going to want a nice glass contraption. However, vines do appear to have a collision mask the same as ladders, so I'm a little worried that this won't work. I have a feeling that you need it to be at least a 2x2 area for this to work, so I don't know. We'll have to activate the spawner and see if tons of them get stuck in this area. And the drop below that, those vines, it should be enough of a drop to actually kill them down there, and we'll manually adjust it until they're coming out with, half a heart to a heart's damage. So the next thing to do will be to get the spawner spawning and see if what happens if the item collection works, and see if the fall damage reset works. But yep, big job of setting up water streams as I demonstrated in the previous episode, and knocking all the torches out and sealing these up here as well. So I will spare you that, and I'll be back with you when this thing is sealed up. Yeah, so got creepered. Brilliant. Oh well. Time to rebuild and plod on. Back with you soon. Okay, so the tower itself is finished, closed up, unlit, water streams are set. As you can see, mobs are spawning in there. Not quite at the rates I was hoping for, but I have a feeling that I'm going to need to go on some pretty extensive caving sessions to get the caves around here fully lit up, because that always increases the efficiency. And I'll do that off camera. But it is spawning. There you go, you can see Skelly there, and he walks around and he's in the water stream and he's through. Thing I really like about this design is they don't need to fall into a water stream, they just need to walk into it basically. They don't have to step off anything, which isn't too great a thing, but that does allow it to stack tightly. And also, once they're in that water stream, there's very little they can do to fight it, because they're in a 2-block tall area, so they can't really swim. Mobs tend to swim to the top of the water, and once they're at that top, it's much easier for them to fight water streams. Tall mobs, generally they're not so bad. They don't tend to fight water streams too tenaciously. They're not like cave spiders, but it's quite nice not to give them that option. What we'll do is we'll go over and have a look. So, yep, it was very boring for the most part, except for the part where I climbed the ladder, turned around, and there was a creeper charging up in my face. So, okay, picked up some drops. Now this arrangement seems to work very well, with one problem, and that is I was correct earlier that this hole here, game sounds sound very loud. Let's turn it, not got many louder than normal. Right. This hole here is too close to the lava, and we are losing drops down that. There you go, you see we lost some drops down there. So if we look, yep, there you go, you can see there's a fair old number of drops just sat there, and they're no good to us down there. Neither use nor ornament. So what we'll do is we'll go and grab some glass, and we will extend this faceplate forward by 1, and we'll bring the lava source forward by 1. It shouldn't be too much of a problem as soon as I remember where my glass is at, and then we'll have a look at the full damage reset mechanism with the vines. I'll be back with you then. Okay, so that's much better. Don't appear to be losing any items. Back down the chute there. If we have a look. There you go. And that particular arrow there, that landed on that block, so it would have gone down the chute. So, yes, much happier. It's a shame we had to bring it out to this level, but hey ho. So, we're going to go and look at the full damage reset back in a moment. Okay, so yep, I was right, and as you can see, the mobs are just getting caught on the collision mask of the vines. This is exactly what I didn't want to happen. So what I'll probably do is I'll replace this with a system where they land on where they will probably fall through a water break and land on a pressure pad and get pushed one block across by a piston, and then we can calibrate exactly the full distance based upon the block height of that pressure pad. So yes, before I do that though, I have realised there is one thing I might have done, that I might have made quite a big mistake here, in that I don't know if I'm at the bottom of this chute whether I'm too far away for mobs to spawn. So I think what I'll do, because it's getting late tonight, is I will remove the full reset and I'm going to sit at the bottom for a bit and see if we get anything, see if we get any mobs falling down. And if not, then we may have to rethink. Excuse me. We may have to rethink things a bit. Right. Okay. I'll be back with you in a bit. Okay, guys. I'm back. I've been busy, and this episode's turning into a long one again. So it's time to start trying to wrap it up. We're verging on completion for the moment on this project. I've built these feet for the tower to sit on, which will have our storage and workshop situated inside them, and there's also the boat elevator is in one of them. I've spent dozens of hours caving, lighting up as much as I can find, and it's really paid dividends. Rates are well up, at least while we're up here, because of the way mob spawning works. When we're at the bottom, there are more dark spaces still left for mobs to spawn in that are within 145 blocks of us, so rates do go down when we're at the bottom, and I'm going to need to sort that out, and I'll do that off camera because it's just going to be hours and hours of me running through caves laying torches down. But generally, yeah, I think we're getting there. I've sorted out, as you can see, quite a few items there we're picking up now. I've sorted out a few things. If we have a look at our mode switcher here, we are still losing a few items down at the bottom, which is unfortunate, and I will have to consider moving the system back, moving the lava trap another block away from this hole here, which is a shame because it's I was trying to keep it nice and compact. I've also had to add an extra piston in, which pushes out at the same time as the piston that blocks the water off pushes out, because I've noticed the mobs, if there's a too high space, even if they should be just dropping straight through, a number of them will, for some reason, just drop across into this area here. So if we use this button here, this actually triggers the same circuit as the one in the spider room does, and we can swap modes into XP mode. So if we do that, you can see there's another block being pushed forward now, and that stops them randomly wandering over into that area. If we make our way back up, now we're in XP mode. I can show you the fall damage reset mechanism that I've cooked up. Let's put a quick drop in. Okay, so I went with the piston pusher. And if we have a look, now we do lose the odd one. Basically, there's some water there which slows their descent, and they drop down on this pressure plate and get pushed across by the piston that's being powered by that bit of redstone. And it's working pretty well. Occasionally one of them, there you go, occasionally one of them will land on this block while it's extended, and then they kind of get stuck. Sometimes they'll fall out of the water and get pushed, sometimes they'll manage to swim in that water long enough to drown, which is a shame. I don't really want to move the sign that holds the water up another block, because then they're going to take a consistent half-heart damage at this point, and it'll mess the calculations up. But we'll see how we go with that. I don't think the loss is too high. So we'll head down to the spawner room and have a look at the XP mode, not that way. While we're going there, yeah, so there are lots of caves around. Unfortunately, a number of them are not actually associated or connected to either the outside world or the rest of the cave system, so you have to hunt them down with sound, and also using the entity count that you can see in your F3. Long, tedious work. On the upside, I did find 3 dungeons during my caving, but only 2, a regular spider and 2 zombie spawners, so nothing I'm massively interested in. Okay, so I've been busy here. I've moved all my storage over here and put some here as well. I've been half slabbing the area up here, and I will do the rest down there at some point. And I decided to bring the mobs from the fall damage. They're landing here on this fence post. Decided to bring them along here and towards this area here, and the reason for that is so that we can stand at the spider spawner, use the spider spawner and the farm at the same time, which is nice. And let's see if we can get a record out of this. Oh, there you go. Excellent. What did we get? Chirp. Okay, so as I say, got lots of caving to do, but I'm pretty happy to call this project provisionally complete. I'll no doubt come back and tweak it in future, but we're going to move on to other things, and next episode I'm going to be heading to the Nether. 3 reasons for that. I want glowstone because I need to light up the surface as well as the caves, and I've got an idea of inserting glowstone into the hillsides and letting the vines cover it. We also need to start brewing potions because it's quite difficult to use the spider farm without splash damage potions, because 600 odd spiders in here can lag the game pretty badly. And finally, I want to build the Nether tower, the portal tower, because I'm not massively happy with just having that portal on the hillside. So I figure what we need to do is we're going to be searching for a fortress anyway, and I have an idea for a tower built out of nether brick in order to kind of tie the theme of the Nether into the overworld. And we want to find the fortress and completely tear it apart, get all its nether brick, so we can build a big tall tower with the portal at the top. So into the Nether next episode, and I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave comments with any suggestions, or comment on what you'd like to see me do. And if you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.